Very good evening, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to see you all once again here at the Expo 2020 to see Heidelberg's launch of a new product. Congratulations for Heidelberg and for IST for this wonderful event that you had today. So, on the same lines of this event, we thought of just letting our readers and people in the online and print platform to know what's happening with Heidelberg in this region, particularly with this new launch of the product. So, David, if I can start with you about this new product that you have launched, Heidelberg Speedmaster CX104. You launched this product, if I'm correct, in China Print 2021 last year. And today you are speaking about 1,700 units that you have installed. That's an amazing figure. Congratulations. So take us through this few months of journey. I mean, how come such a great growth, and where is the main focus? This investment has gone obviously in China and elsewhere, but I'm talking about the industry, particularly in terms of application. Is that more towards packaging, print, or it's more on commercial? If you can just give us this successful journey these months on this particular product.
Yes, thanks for your question. So we are really, really happy that we had such a good start for the CX104. Excellent results, very fast market entry. What we see, yes, we exactly meet the customer need. So we listen to our customer, we transferred the needs into a new product, and yes, we brought that product into the market very successfully, as you just said. And yes, just looking back, and we sold in almost each region, almost each country, Florian, the CX104 already. I think you can go a little bit more into the details and the advantages of the CX104. And we sold it everywhere, and it's meeting the market requirements. And just from a customer perspective, it's more related to packaging customers. Nevertheless, we have also some print customers, but packaging, it seems that we have here the right product for the right market, especially here in UAE. It seems that we have a great story here for your customers, for our customers, and yes, that we can make more out of it. We have sold here already first few presses in UAE, 3. 2 in UAE, 1 in Oman. Very great. And
so 2 in UAE and 1 in Oman.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But Florian,
still installed. Okay.
But Florian, maybe you can add something about the journey.
Yes, Florian, if you could also share with us your thoughts on the same success of your CX104.
Thank you very much also for having me here. I think maybe to explain a bit the success story, we have to look back in the history. Sure. So the predecessor model already was very successful, more than 55,000 printing units sold. And what we do at Heidelberg is that we listen to the customers, we also listen or look at what technology has really proven. And you can compare it a bit to the automotive industry, where new innovative concepts first of all come to the upper class, and then we transferred it a couple of years afterwards to the mass market. This is exactly what we did in this project. So the peak performance machine XL106, they have many intelligent and impressive technology that we transferred it now to the CX104 and brought in a new machine. And the machine was successful in the past because it's very versatile, and with the substrate range, we talk about 0.03 millimeter at the minimum, up to 1 millimeter, but this is in the DNA of the press. So for other suppliers, at one point in time, you have to decide in which range you want to be. They all offer the full range, but you have to configure the press for a certain application. And this is open at the CX104. And just recently, we had a customer realizing that his former business in folding carton has switched to another country, and now printed in another country, so he had to reorganize, and he discovered that he could also do label production with all the same press. And this makes it for our customers very good to be safe in the future in an all ever-changing market where the conditions are changing. No one knows really what is happening in 2 years or 3 years. Let's think the biggest.
That was my next question, but you partially answered that question. Like, talking about this machine's free scalability, you're talking not just mono cartons or folding cartons, you can also do labels and commercial print. I understand. So What's your message to commercial printers who want to upgrade, let's say, to labels or to folding carton print? So how do you take them through this journey? I mean, they invest in a machine like this, but is Heidelberg doing something to take somebody who has very little or no knowledge in packaging to this level of using this machine?
Let me answer the question like this. I think flexibility or the versatility is already in the DNA, but then still on this you can set up the flexibility or the scalability, because then you can even further specialize if you go for in-mold label, especially let's say for very static material. So you go for foil kits or you go for thin paper kits, or if you have very rigid material, you can still add a cardboard kit. So you can specialize even further. And this is also true for the kind of automation. So the press comes with a very basic equipment, but according to your needs, if you need high automation, you can add on options, and by this improving the output. And this helps, I think, customers to configure to their needs. When you talk about application and thinking, okay, maybe there's a commercial customer and in the future he also wants to look into packaging, I think then the benefit of the whole Heidelberg network comes into action, because this is really the strength with the engineers, the application specialists that we have all around the globe. They can help the customer to then change to different applications as well.
Let me add one point. What we saw during the Corona crisis, we saw, especially in some Asian market trends, that customers want to convert from commercial to packaging. Yes, we helped them during that time. We tried to consult them in order to become packaging printer. So yes, so there is a way. We have the product portfolio, and yes, we are helping also customers to convert from commercial to packaging.
Thank you. David, dwelling on the same point, it's a very important question. At least I feel, the point here is you're coming up with a model which is CX, which can do packaging and labels in commercial. You have already very well established products such as your CD and the Excel, these series. So what happens to them? They also will be sold in this market, or you're replacing them with your CX?
At the end, I think, Florian,
or is it a customer's choice?
At the end, it's customer's choice, and depending on the customer's need. At the end, it depends on the application. It depends on let's say, the product portfolio of our customers. So at the end, we have a full range of products from easy entry products up to really full automized products. So there is a full range, and yes, we go into all of our discussion with customers into the details and configure the machines according to the needs. And yes, this is our strength at Heidelberg, so that we have the product portfolio at our hand, and yes, and also with our partners, IST, for instance. Right. So I think we can cover the whole product area.
Thank you. And let's talk, Mr. Zaid and Roger, if you can give us your thoughts, because it's very important for us to understand this market, this product being positioned in this market. How do you feel? What's the response you've got from your clients for this product so far, and what do you foresee?
First of all, we are very pleased to see this product come out. As you know, this product, its predecessor model, this product has been the most successful press, not only worldwide with 55,000 machines, but also for us here. It has been a very heavy population CD102 machine. And we are very glad to see the full-on product, the new technology, with all the implementation features or the new technologies into the CX1. The feedback from customers is very positive. The acceptance, as we told you a few minutes ago, is already there. We have, as you know, this product has been launched last year at China, and now it's coming to this region. Already we had people are aware of this product, and we had machine orders for this product. And we have several lined up as well into our current upcoming year pre-planning. So we're very pleased to see it. We're optimistic that we can mirror or image our previous success with the predecessor model. We still have the full, the high-end, the top-performing machine models, the XL 106, and that is also going on very well. But as David said, we sell the right machine to the right customer, and we consult customer based on their actual application situation, based on their market situation, based on their product mix, we propose the right solutions. And there, as I said, we are optimistic of the customer acceptance, and we are actually euphoric a little bit about it. And you have seen this demonstrated this afternoon, where we actually had to have 2 sessions of launch because of the better turnout of customers from the region. I was happy to see customers coming out all the way from Jeddah, Iraq, Bahrain, Dammam, Riyadh, and obviously Emirates, single places in Emirates. And that is the indication, not only because we are spreading the word into the region, but people's expectation of the event and expectation of Heidelberg and IST announcement in this event.
Roger, if you can just add on, obviously he has said most of the success that has seen. If you can add on from Heidelberg's standpoint, what do you feel Heidelberg Gulf, or rather the regional Heidelberg establishment here, on behalf of them, what is the trend that you're seeing in our region now? Because a lot of commercial printers are moving into packaging. That has been seen for a long time now. Now, if I can ask you this question, where do you see, because is there a glut in the market? A lot of commercial printers coming into the packaging space, and where do we draw a line? And how Heidelberg is existing customers, how are you retaining, and how do you want to take this and hold these newcomers into the packaging space? So what's your take on that?
Yes, first I would like to say that in Heidelberg, Middle East, we have been giving consultancy to our customers all the way. And this consultancy for people who would like to move from commercial to packaging, or want to add some additional products to their portfolio, we have been giving a very high level of consultancy. So having now this versatility of products like the CX104, the XL106, gives our customers more flexibility. And better, we can give them a better product for their size. Some customers, they wanted advanced automation, but they didn't want to go to the level of XL106. Now we have that option.
Right.
We have been like 70-30 in the market between CDs and XL. It has always been like that. We can see this trend will continue, and we will always give the same level of consultancy to our customers to decide in which direction they should, either CD or XL or something else. Because also we discussed with few other customers to go with ICS products from Gallus, depending on their application. So we are not just dependent on a product, but really on the consultancy we are trying to address the market.
Thank you. David, if I can move on to the next question, about Heidelberg's performance, as we got the press release and the announcement that your Q3 was pretty good and moderate and you did well. Where do we stand now? At the end of Q4, you give us bigger figures and
As far as you know, our Q4 ends end of March.
Yes,
so
yes.
We have to be
wait for that.
for
Yes.
2 more weeks.
Sure, but just give an idea, not figures, maybe.
What I can say, the board raised the expectation to above 2.1 billion. So this is an official number, and also our EBITDA expectation has been increased. So the latest estimate compared to the previous announcement. So yes, we are happy, we are well on track, but, and I have to say that, and this is also due to the recent developments in Europe, the uncertainty is increasing. So there's high uncertainty in the market coming from Ukraine, and just talking about Ukraine, this is from the humanity point of view a serious issue. And then it's first of all thinking about the people there, our employees there. Yes, this is a big concern of us, and at the end, the figures are in shadow if you're looking into the issues there. Nevertheless, figures are affected by such a crisis. Prices are increasing. I'm in discussion with a lot of customers, getting feedback that the prices are increasing and increasing. Supply chains have some issues next in the supply chain. So there are, let's say, the impacts cannot foresee. For the time being, and you are right, we are happy with the development. We are good on track until end of last year. But the latest developments
obviously
gave us some uncertainty. Let's see how it's developing over the next weeks. I'm optimistic, but let's see. And again, just one more statement, if you allow, regarding Ukraine. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how. Yeah, we'll be eagerly looking forward for that by end of March. Thank you very much. Now let's move on to IST. Christian and Olga, welcome once again. It's a pleasure. And just if I can dwell on two important questions. How is your technology complementing this new machine, CX? You spoke about it in the seminar this evening, but probably for our audience, you can just quickly give us a recap of the UV solutions that you have for CX 104 particularly, then probably you can add on to it.
Yeah, CX 104 is a very versatile platform, and of course it's also very suitable for UV printing. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think 3 out of the 3 machines coming to the regions, 2 are also UV machines, if I'm not mistaken. So this is already a strong statement for that platform. And as Florian put it, the icing on the cake, the new coating unit, when it's about UV, it's about coating. So that will certainly help also the UV business. And for us, the important part is, we have always developed and supplied the lamps for Heidelberg on the CX 104. It's also the LED side, which has been thoroughly developed together and integrated together with Heidelberg. So this is, we can, on the CX 104, we can offer the whole portfolio, lamp, LED, combinations of both. So a versatile machine with a very versatile drying or curing technology. So this is very promising, and we see also very good ratios or percentages of machines sold globally being equipped with UV technology. So.
Just dwelling on that technology, just mentioned on UV, many installations in our region are state-of-the-art machines already from Heidelberg. And talking of the new technology, which is UV LED, so where do we stand? How do you, let's say, educate or bring? I know it comes with a cost, a retrofit. So what's your message to already state-of-the-art machines installed if they want to really get the best of both UV and LED? So what's your message to them? Like how can they migrate, or who can migrate?
I think, like we tried to explain today in the conference, there are certain aspects which you need to consider, and as Roger put it, it's about consulting. You need to have the right application and understand the pros and cons and the limitations, and for your product portfolio, if changing over makes sense. Where with lamps you have a whole range of chemistry, of inks and coatings available. With LED, this offering or the scope is a little smaller, so you have to analyze if it makes sense. Because also when we look globally, especially in packaging, there is a limited amount of LED installations right now globally. So this will grow, it will develop, but I think there is at the moment no hurry to say, okay, I have a working UV machine with lamps and I have to change tomorrow. Do the right decision at the right time, and we can help you to take the right decision at the right time. Because both the hardware, both technologies are available.
Christian, if I can, add on to what Olga just mentioned, there are a couple of other good options in this region when it comes to curing technologies. But what sets IST apart from probably your competition? What are you doing which you're so confident that you're having a partner with Heidelberg and you're you're the market leader, if I'm right in saying that? What's the secret?
May I add just something what I have in my mind? I think a system without understanding the application is a system without sense. So application is key. Knowing how the application works with all the different things makes a successful system. And in my opinion, you told me already, consultancy, the expertise of consultancy is key to explain our customers what they really need and what instruments are they need. It's like a large orchestra, and you have to assemble everything in the right state. If it's perfect, then it's good. And I see a similarity to our cooperation, our partnership, which is lasting more than, 25 years or longer. And we have the same, in my opinion, the same kind of DNA. That consultancy, honest consultancy, and also challenging the customers is very important to make them really making a good decision, that they go sleeping and they have a good feeling that they took the right decision. I think that's key. That we share with everybody else.
There's one. Thank you very much. Sorry.
I want to add one thing. My personal experience with this wonderful supplier, business partner,
Please.
IST, in all the machines which we deliver with IST curing system or UV drying system. IST makes it a condition on us in the project plan that their IST engineer has to come in for commissioning of the IST system on our machine. So after we do the mechanical, electrical testing of the installation of the press, then we tell IST we are ready. IST machine, he comes, he works with the customer, he takes customer samples and does the commissioning of the UV curing systems and does the employee operator training for the UV. And they make this religiously conditional to actually honoring the warranty of the system. It has to be commissioned by them, by their engineer. And that is the highest level of support, on-site support that we can provide to our customers. Every single customer appreciates it and welcome it and insist on it on the next machine. When is the IST engineer coming?
And that goes back about 25 years in the meantime.
Yes,
That is the DNA we're talking about.
exactly.
If you don't mind, I'd like to build on this as well, because for the development of the new Speedmaster CX104, usually we do all the testing up front in our lab, in our R&D. So we build up the first prototype in 2020, starting conventionally, but directly taking IST from the very beginning into the boat, saying once we secured conventional quality, we put in the IST first lamp dryers in Winterdeck and also the end of West, and then later on changed to LED. So directly from the beginning, tested what the application will look like. And then I think later on, also to tell you some stories on that, usually the customer pitches the idea of going to UV or investing in a new system. Then usually it's a trinity. We have the market colleagues which bundle the request. We have the experts from the corporate and we have the experts from IST, and those all three are working together to really understand the application, like you said, and then finding the right system approach to solve this.
Thank you. Would you have something to add to it?
No, I wanted just to say that even after commissioning the machine, they don't leave the customer. They keep on visiting the area, having visits to all the customers, and that's really appreciated by all our customers in the region.
Wonderful. There's one last question I have for IST about your non-print applications. You know, that's growing in the packaging space, you know, the coating and there's so many other embellishments. So how important is this? Can you give us some maybe statistics or some kind of an idea? How big is this market for IST? Not need of a figure, maybe for us to understand. Because
the non-print market, so the print market has always been, I would say, about 80-85% stable for many years. But we've seen an increase of the non-print market to 25-30% in the last couple of years, also with some ups and downs. But and there's a lot of applications to be developed in that area, because it's not like industrial is one application, dozens, that's hundreds of different applications. So the challenge is really to sort these, what makes sense and where you put your R&D sources in the right bucket, because you can also easily get lost in that segment. But of course, like here now with the air purification, that has always been a topic, but certainly the pandemic now really drastically helped in the awareness about that topic. And the same thing Christian mentioned today about the wooden surfaces. There is now a much wider use now of this Excimer technology. Basically, you have a certain wavelength which is able to I would call it microfold coating and create a matte surface, not by the material, but by really switching turning a button and apply the certain wavelength, and then you create a matte finish. You change a gloss into a matte coating by just flipping a switch. It's not adaptable to a sheet fed machine because you need there's other aspects to, but it's very interesting for industrial applications.
Yes, absolutely. Florian, if I can ask you a technical question on the future of offset as a technology, it's doing well and it's proven, and it's one of the most versatile and proven technology, ink water balance and all of that. It's a very proven technology. Yeah. So, but then my question is, the other technologies have caught up pretty well now when it comes to roll to roll. Flexo as a technology has evolved over the years. It's come so well, inline system with a lot of benefits and which can come inline. Gallus is one of your examples for that. So you can do cartons in that. So my question is like, what is Heidelberg doing to bring some other inline solutions which can probably not deplete offset's future? Because now I feel Flexo is really catching up quite well. It has already overtaken rotogravure in the flexible film space, but in the cartons also they are growing quite well for aseptic packaging. They're all most of the big names like Tetra Pak and Combi-Block. They're all going with Flexo technology, which was done previously with offset. So my question is, what's the future of offset as a technology? Is it going to continue? Any new advances which can keep it running, or it's going to lose way to Flexo?
So I have to think about that question. I mean, the beauty definitely is that in our portfolio we have both types of technologies. With the Heidelberg standard portfolio, we have the best treatment offering that you can have in the market. But with our colleagues from the Gallus, we have also the Flexo systems, whether it be in folding carton or converting machines with the ICS or the following model. And then also we have the Flexo for the printing. I think it always is a question of what is the business model behind, what are the quantities that you are printing, because when I visited those machines from Gallus, I was quite astonished on the speed and about the converting afterwards, the die cutting and so on. You have to finish product. Yeah. On the other hand, you also have to have a certain number, and this is also something where we also now that we left the VLF business, and the large quantities we also want to substitute with those web-fed presses. On the other hand, I also think there are opportunities for sheet-fed, to be honest, because we talked about the publishing. So publishing, we have a disruptive technology there. Run lengths are going down from the magazines. They are coming from reviewer, going to heat set, but also from heat set, some run lengths will go even slower, and then we take over by sheet and offset. So still there is then digital, but also digital is quite interesting because the beauty of offset is you almost have no running costs, because once the machine is set up, the running costs are very low, while the digital you pay for the clicks with every impression. Yeah? And I think also still there is room in the inline embellishment in offset. Yeah? So we showed in the presentation the machine from Wouters, which has the blue foil system on top, right? So we see this really an increasing demand on inline specification, cast and cure, foiling, and also the let's say from the real sheeter up front to the decutted sheet. So I think also there is still some room to improve and also to develop for the future. Hope that covers your question.
No, that's brilliant. Thank you. I think we have covered more of this, but one last word from David, if you can just wrap up this interview and give us a take about this new product to our readers. Like, what's your message to our readers? Just one from the management side, or from Heidelberg's standpoint, if you can give us your take.
Yes, of course. So at the end, you see us here as a team. I think just listening and reading the answers to your questions, I think it gives a good overview about our setup. And yes, we are your trusted partner. And I think you're getting a strong support as always, as you used to it. And we help you to find the right product. And with IST, our partners, I think we have a solid track record here where you can, let's say, rely on your business. So Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
One more thing
Yes.
to add.
Yes.
And then we'll wrap it up. I have to make an announcement.
Yes.
Today in our board meeting, one of the challenges with new machines and a new turnover, we're taking on a lot of family trainings in the engineering department, in the service department. Mr. Schweding assured us that the extended training and employee development, the internal training, technical training, is going to be extended and last because it was obviously reduced during COVID problems, and it's going to be extended to the region at no cost. Basically, logistics cost. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
But in the old days, we used to pay per attendee per day, training fees. And this morning, I was very happy to hear that.
That's a good
This
thing.
gives us in the region the confidence to ensure all our engineers will be trained up to date, they will be well equipped to support our customers, they will be well equipped to serve with all these new installations as well as the existing installations. So thanks to the good support of Heidelberg, good support of IST with their practice of
Sure.
installation and commissioning, with their continued support for both technically as well as commercially. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.